I'm so rusty. Oh my goodness. I haven't had to do Formula patterns forever. Minor ones were done are harmonic scales. Those are yes. Are this C minor C harmonic minor. The problem was that my fingerings were really weird. Um, Descending with the right hand. Anyway. I forgot about the light box. Light box! Light box! Light box! Alright. Dwight Green? You really gotta do me like this? Alright. We can do it. Lumos. Green. And filter. Wait, does this camera doesn't have a filter? Hang on. Oh, hold on. I mean it does, but I need to set it. Hold on. Go here. Here. Do capture device. Can I copy this? I can memorize it. 55.96. 55.96. 59.9. 55.9. Color correct. 55.96. Boom! I'm purple! Alright. Anyway, hello. Welcome to the stream. Today we're here for a bit until Valorant. No worries, Karina. We're practicing the pianos. As is it's our duty to practice, but let me actually okay, this is what we're gonna do, alright? So when it comes to practicing, what you shouldn't be doing is playing a piece from beginning to end, right? Doing that first is called sight reading, but then afterwards what you should be doing is focusing on certain passages that you want to work on, that you have problems with. So I think the first one we're going to look at is one I've been practicing for a while, but I'm going to look at it anyway. I'll have it to your colors. Oh, it's because someone redeemed, i.e. Casey, redeemed the changed the hue. I forgot what I choose. I choose you. Yeah, that's the redemption. And so I had to, because green doesn't get picked up very well on my camera, I have to add a filter. And as such, it makes my skin look purple. I choose you! Anyway, Pikachu! Anyway, we're going to Go over here into the Muzak folder. Here, couple here. Sorry, I'm a little far away from the mic right now. Setup's really awkward. Bear with me here. I want to go into here. Look at the Sonatina. How are we gonna do this? How are we? Live by live, no capture. Not Notepad either. Capture. But on a scale of 1 to hydrated, how hydrated are you right now? Not very. However, I do have a lot of stay hydrated redemptions, hilariously from you, that are a month old that I need to get to. Oh no! Oh no! No! Karina, no! So I'm gonna have to do that, but maybe just that one. This is um. Oh, this one. Okay. Hello. What we're gonna be looking at. Not here. Not this movement. Next movement. Okay. The part we're looking at. This one right here. You're gonna become 90% water by the end of stream, Casey. I got you. Oh no. Yeah, let me get some water in that case. I'll be right back, chat. Ugh. How to do this without spilling water onto the piano. Or kicking it. I failed in one of those aspects. Okay. Alright. Water. Thank you to... Who am I thanking? I am thanking... Rena from a month ago. Okay. Anyway. Quick while he's not looking? You guys are terrible. How much did you guys add? There's 12 requests. Tisk tisk. Look. It's fine, okay? It's fine. Anyway, the passage in question. Honestly, we might not even have to practice that much anymore, but some things when it came to practicing this was the left hand. That part was a little bit tricky in terms of transitioning quickly. Right. Wow, Sibo is just a pro. Sibo the bacteria. Look, it's fine. It's fine. And I think that's the speed we want to get to. I actually read that in an exact tone of voice instead in my head. Yeah. When you add the right hand in, right? It's just a couple things about the right hand. I want to point out. I wish I had enough USB ports for my tablet. Use it in this case. Alas. I'll just use my mouse. So this part my student actually pointed out to me. Right. I was using this passage as a lesson in practicing for my student, and she's like, "You're not playing that very clearly." And I'm like, "You know what? You're not wrong." I was very, very mushy. This mordant. Right? So that's kind of one of the things we're gonna practice. Is making sure that's very clear. And one way you can do that is to practice trills, right? And to be really good at trills, you want to make sure that the weight that you're putting on each key is roughly the same. So your fingers wants to be as even as you can. And because I'm using my second finger and my third finger for this, should be practicing with that. Jaws music, but higher intensified. Right. Little baby shark. Do. But the idea is what you can do. Right. What I could do is just isolate that measure, put it on loop. I want to slur this actually. Of course, this gets really annoying after a while, right? So what you could do is either add the left hand in, but obviously this also gets annoying after a while. But what you could do instead is compose. See, but you sat down with your month-old water and didn't actually drink it? Fine, I'll drink my water while I'm practicing. I want to focus on making it as clear as I can. Now do some ventriloquism, or ventriloquism, or however you spell it. I think you spelled it right. Right. But the idea is you could improvise with your left hand while your right hand's putting this on loop. Right, it doesn't matter what it is, right? As long as you keep creating something new. Right, then you can. You can just keep creating. Right? If you want, you could bring this down an octave, or down a couple octaves. Right, if you want to be a little more creative. Or oops. This music feels like I've entered the woods with a peaceful breeze present. Yeah. This vary up the dynamics a little. All the while you're still practicing this right-hand passage. Right? So this is the practice technique that I'm gonna be using a lot, I think, in this stream. And here's the thing. Yes, like, you want to keep repeating this, but you could transpose this, right? The same shape. Still there. Thank you for the bits, Box. And hello. Welcome on in. And provide the SIBO with a gift of sheet music. Hey. I'm not gonna be looking at the... I'm not gonna be taking that many requests today, Box, because I need to practice, but appreciate it. I might look at it later. And then the idea is once you kind of practice that, then you... Of course I messed it up, but, you know, that's a whole other thing, transitioning to there. But what you just practiced. So I guess the other thing I would need to practice is this transition. How do you highlight? I'm using the highlighter tool. What am I highlighting? Nothing, okay. Practicing. Debo's putting Box to sleep over here. Sorry, Box. Okay. The one thing I need to keep in mind is, okay, I also need to lift up. Because it's the end of a slur. It's okay, I think of all the AFK nails you'll get while sleeping to buy more water. Is you right? There we go. Cool. Let me just play through the let me just play through the third movement. See what other areas I want to work on. You guys won't be able to see, but because I can't scroll while I'm playing. But I'll flip to whatever I think I'll need practice. Okay, so that part I'll need to work on keeping the fingers a little more even. But let's keep going. You repeat that if you want. I know for a fact I need to practice that section that we have. How's this go? Okay, so that whole part I need to work on. So we have keeping things even here. Right. I think part of the problem is that I haven't really sussed out what kind of fingerings I want to use there yet. That's why we have this pencil. So I mean I might as well show where that is. So that would be this part. That part we'll need to work on. The other part we're gonna need to work on is this section. Start with the trio. The tricky part about this is not that it's difficult, right? Right, that's fine and all, but then the problem is in the next page. I have a very similar passage, but I can't use the same fingers as I used in the previous page because it's just slightly different. It's different enough that I can't use my original fingerings. So I have to memorize two different sets of fingers, or I have to have my muscles remember two types of fingerings. It's not too bad when you have your hands separate. Sussed, yeah. It's not too bad when you have your hands separate, but when you put the hands together with the left hand, even the left hand's not that difficult. Right, putting it together can get really confusing. So we're gonna have to work on that. This part, what's this go? What's the starting note? That part. Just have to be a little more accurate. My notes, I think. And then this part, I just need to count a little better. Because what's happening here is a bunch of these repeated in the right hand, and then the left hand kind of overlaid on top. But the awkward thing is that this note is the... So what you end up having to deal with is you're just gonna have to not hold that left hand because the right hand, that kind of motion is probably a little more important. But then you also then have to figure, does my left hand actually? I don't have to play certain areas. I actually kind of want to start here just because this has been kind of bothering me. I think we're gonna start basically start with this. Two of those. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So on 2, I need to come in, or I need to think I'm coming in with my left hand. Okay. 1, 2, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So what I don't know is should I press my left hand at the same time? I think so. That'll probably help me keep track of it a little better. Yeah. But then I can't hold this long note because my right hand needs to press that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's try doing it without me counting. A little faster. The transition we'll have to work on. So when it comes to practicing, right, certain passages, if you find yourself making mistakes, the thing you run into a danger of is that you start remembering your mistakes a little more, and you don't really want to do that. So to avoid making same mistakes over and over again, you want to slow down, and that can get really annoying, right? Playing slow, but you kind of just have to sometimes. Otherwise, if you say you play the wrong thing fast over and over and over again, and then you get it right. So you're doing things wrong for like 5 times, for example, and then you get it right once, right? When it comes time to perform or whatever, right? You're not gonna play the right thing when you're gonna end up playing the wrong thing, because statistically it's more likely to do what happened 5 times over what happened 1 time, right? Just because you got it right the last time doesn't mean that you're gonna get it right again. So first of all, you're gonna have to slow down, play it through in the right way. Then you want to do it consistently. By doing it consistently, through repetition, then you'll be more confident in doing it right during it comes to. So I'm gonna have to slow this down. Okay, and I'm including that transition because I want to work on that as well. So I think now we can leave out a couple of these guys, right, and we just jump straight into this one. Okay. And I don't want to speed up just yet, because I felt myself, when you're, how should I say this? When you're playing piano, when you're playing any instrument, I find when I'm practicing piano, if I find myself a little less confident, where I feel like I'm struggling to catch up with the music, then that's a sign that I need to work on that passage. Because when you're put under pressure, then in a position where you're under pressure, like a performance, you're going to not necessarily be able to think that quickly or think that far ahead or push yourself to try to catch up to the music, right? You're gonna stumble. So just because I got it right, and even if I get it right multiple times, if I don't feel confident about it, then I'm not going to perform it. Is how I see it. Let's this can also hi chat. feel free to continue chatting if you wish, but I'm here to reply if you guys have any questions, or like if you want chat. How was your day, chat? How are you? It's still a stream, so but let me see. We're going to this real quick. So what you don't want to do is just to keep going ahead. If what you're practicing is this part, you don't want to move ahead, no matter how tempting it is. Right. 1, 2, 3. Okay. If I were to go at the speed it should be. I think I'm feeling a little more confident. So unfortunately, when it comes to practicing with both hands together, you can't really do the one hand plays the thing that you need to practice while the other hand does whatever, right? You can't really do that because both hands need to be there practicing. However, I guess what you could do, now I think about it, is you could sing, I guess, right, while you're doing this. Like what I could do is try to sing the violin part, I guess. It's I mean, it's kind of just the same as the piano part, in many ways. So maybe it's not the best idea, but hey, let's try it out. Why am I subjecting myself to this? I don't know. Oh, that's interesting. So the violin part does this part, and then the piano part does this. So it kind of alternates. That's cool. Oh, no, I can't sing that. Right, interesting. Okay. Let's move on. I think I'm okay with that part. Work on the transition a little bit. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. let's see. Struggling a little for this part. So, I don't know if I actually explained the reasoning why you want to improvise with the other hand while your right hand's. I mean, I think I did, but let me reiterate. The reason why you want to do this is twofold. The first part being that, you know, naturally we would get bored of repeating the same passage over and over again. So you want to find your brain. You want to have your brain think of something. Once you want to create while you're playing. Way when you're playing music, you should be more engaged, right? So you create at the same time. Right? Your mind can be preoccupied with the composition aspect of it while you're still training your fingers to do the correct motions. And yeah, it's a two-part, but I think that's the only part. That's the other part. So close. Right. But I could tell I'm improving. I can tell I'm improving because prior to the stream I wasn't able to do that reliably. But now I can, somewhat reliably. Then we have I realized I didn't scroll down, but that's okay. On this part. Similar, sounds similar. I wonder if they want you to staccato like that as it's written, or if they expect a little bit of a pedal there. It's piano, so probably the former. Piano isn't the dynamic, soft, not so much the instrument piano. Then, if you have that kind of a motion, it leads to the next part. Right, the sudden forte. So that's probably what I want to do. Okay. Oh, can't believe I actually almost memorized it. The good thing about practicing too is that just automatically you start being able to memorize the passages that you were practicing, which makes sense because that, you know, after a while you do it over and over again. Hey Shirley, after you do it over and over again, it in theory get low. Hey Shirley, what kind of practice methods do you use when practicing? I know we've kind of talked about this before on a Mario Maker 2 stream, where also sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my ear, but so many. What level exams is this for? I'm accompanying for a violin level 8 exam. Right now I'm playing the Sonatina in G major, the third movement, the Scherzo and Trio, by Dvorak. Opus 100, I believe. Opus 100. Kind of fun piece, but I know one thing that we've discussed on a Mario Maker stream is like, rather than practicing block by block, you want to go back and forth between, say, practice item A and then practice item B. You know, flip-flop between the two, right? That's a pretty good way. For passages with lots of fast-moving notes, so surely. Very skill-wise, I love playing with swung rhythms. Play it long, short, play it short, long, play it really. Okay, you bring up a good point, right? So what I could do, right? This is a good where this part. that part, I can do what Shirley suggests, a swung kind of rhythm. Do. And you could combine it with the practice method I mentioned earlier. You could improvise with the left hand while your right hand's doing that. Or you could do short long. Right. I mean blocked chords too. Yeah, just having something like not even necessarily the chords itself, like left hand's doing this thing, right? You don't have to do you don't have to do that, but you just do whatever note you want. Right. Right. It might not sound the best at times, but right, you're still engaging your brain. Short long always screws with people at first, yeah. Not that intuitive. But the idea of the swung rhythms, right? I think it's because what you could do with this, right, is the idea is you're playing some of the notes, a pair of notes fast, right? There's a short time between them, right? And vice versa. You could do short long or then long and then short long, right? So you're practicing all these notes. Sometimes you're playing them slow, sometimes you're playing them fast, quickly. But then when you combine them together, especially if you play it fast, theory would be able to, because how should I put it? Like the first couple of notes you played fast at one point, and then the second note and the third note at one point you played fast. So, and keep doing that for the rest of the notes, you in theory could be able to play all the notes fast now. That swung motion kind of helps you increase the speed that normally be able to play. Okay. I've never done improvised, of course that'll be fun to try. Yeah, so I mean I'll give you the example I did earlier, right? Over here. This measure was that 12, 15? Right, I just kind of repeated it. I put this on loop. Right, brought it down an octave. Right. Your left hand can do whatever it wants. You can do a lot with it. You don't even have to necessarily stick to what the right hand's doing. You can transpose it. Right. Billy says, it's also taken directly from sports psychology. Golfers, if practicing aiming a specific distance, will practice overshooting, undershooting. It helps refine your fine. Okay. What other things that you do, Shirley? That's a good idea. I should write these down, to be honest. Too. Back to. Let's go over the beginning. You guys can, so Shirley, you could see how this sounds like. Roughly. And where I am at, roughly. Basic drilling, see if you can play Given Passage 3 times in a row. Yeah, so you can just brute force it, right? I said this on said this earlier. Not even just like practicing 3 times in a row with no mistakes. No mistakes. Plus, you want to feel confident. You don't want to feel like the music is like dragging you along. You want to be in control. Wish I could, but while I'm playing. But then on IMSSLP by any chance? No, but I could send it to you. I could just send it to you. It might be on IMSLP. Got my copy scanned. It's only the second and the third movement show. So and a second. I sent it on Messenger. That part I know I need to work on. Gonna repeat. Oops. And for the skirt, so or if you want to repeat from the beginning, it's DC. What was it saying? DC Scherzo DC al fine. Okay. So you want to start from the beginning? You need to remember it's pianissimo. Great practice. I'm gonna open it on my tablet so I can mark things. Cool. So one thing I know I have to work on, right? Which I haven't on stream yet. Part. The issue with this area is not so much the difficulty of the notes, but it's more so one, I haven't necessarily figured out that the fingerings yet for this section. Also, I'm noticing I'm not necessarily playing the notes at the same time. Right, I need to work on, because the reasoning is because, and I'm really bad at this. This is one of my weaknesses, to be honest. Is that when one note's a black note and one note's a white note, being able to kind of shape your hand, your fingers in a way that you're playing both at the same time, right? Then switching back to white and white or black on black, right? Can be tricky sometimes. It's a pain, yeah. Metronome work, that 8th quarter ostinato is a little frantic right now. The 8th quarter ostinato. This thing? Right. That part, right? I'm not necessarily sure how the violinist is going to play that part, right? Because one of the things that a pianist or a accompanist has to do is to match what the violinist does. So I think it really depends, right? But yeah, I should be able to play this evenly. Right now, I'm almost playing it as if it's a 16th note going to a quarter note, but it shouldn't be like. Water Earth, is this cursed coloring? Hey, pizza. Casey redeemed choose. I choose you. Green for the light green. Because my camera, it doesn't pick up green very well, I have to do a filter. Yeah, it's a bit much. As both a flautist and a pianist, I'd say it's best to walk into the first rehearsal as metronome perfect as you can. It's Dwight Green! Exactly. It's just when you play it faster, it gets a little harder. It's also like you want to prepare for that accent, so you don't want pa pa pa, right? You want pa pa pa. Where's your metronome, sir? Wait, you guys can't hear that. It's because I have my headphones in right now into my keyboard, so you guys can't hear the metronome. But I assure you, it's there now. So I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do slower. Oh, okay. Okay. How do I make this? I actually want this to be okay, so I actually want to triple this metronome if possible. So that would be okay, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't think it goes that high. Whatever. Anyway. I think you're speeding up it just a tad during that passage. Yeah. It's fine as long as you can hear it. Here's an idea for this one. Change the downbeat. Practice that while changing where help even on the left hand. So you're saying I should put accents on different notes. Or I suppose I should, more so do it on the second beat. Third beat. Even worse, practice it with the metronome making the second and then the third quarter downbeats? Wow. Actually awful. Hold on. So this is the speed it should be. Maybe a little faster technically. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. It's hard to say at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Off metronome. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Interesting. That's a neat idea. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Well, that hurt my brain. Cool. What time is it? 9? So I really want to figure out the fingers for this passage. See how uneven that is? From 2-4 to 3-5. Need to work on that. Could dodge the problem by doing thumb and pinky. Actually, I might do that. Not sure what to do about this part. 1 to 3 to 1 to 2. Problem is this part is slurred. This one is ugh. I need a lift on the end of this slur, this part. So that's when I should shift my hand. Turned on my piano, nice. What are you doing? I'm doing measure 17. It's what's on the screen. 17 to 20, whatever that is. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 17 to 22. If you have any fingering suggestions, I'm all ears. What am I doing right now? So I have 2-4 to start with. And then for E and G I have 1-3, then 1-2, 1-3, 2-4. And here I'm like, okay, maybe I'll do 1 and 5 because I play that more evenly. And then I jump, I guess. Maybe to 1 and 2, then 3 and 5, then 1 and 3, jump 5 and 3 to 1 and 3, I guess. I think I like that. Then beforehand would be problem. It's a little fast, right? Ba-da-ba. 1 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 3 and 1 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Can't think of anything much better, right? It's a little awkward. That might be the best I can do. I'm okay with 2 4 2 1 5 here. This actually reminds me of that. So that's kind of in my muscle memory. At the lift. And then the next page. That's not that bad, and it repeats. Okay, I think that's the best we can do. So let me mark down my finger. So it starts with then so we have. Oh, forgot to change that. Sure. We'll worry about the left hand later. It's tied. So on and so forth. Okay. So practice this for a little bit, and then we'll move to a different piece, I think. The annoying part is this is the page flip. So I haven't figured out what I'm gonna do there yet. Because on one hand, right, I don't want to necessarily leave out the right hand, but I don't want to leave out the left hand because the left hand is the foundation. Right. That said, the violin is doing. So in a way, she'll be providing that steady beat. Close enough. I'll work on that later. For now, let's move on, I think. Let's do the second movement. Why not? Haven't looked too deeply into the second movement yet. One's definitely slower pace, more emotional. So the part I think will be this section where but let's play from the beginning just to get a sense of how it sounds like. Made a note mistake there. That. Ah! I have to admit, my fingerings here are never consistent. Because I know I can get away with it. That's the problem. It's because it moves so slowly, right? That you're like, oh, just, you know, you have so much time to just to just think of what to do. Alright, yeah, this next part. So this transitions heck. So my thought here is, what if I pass on some of the notes? I'm thinking these two notes I can have the left hand play, probably. Maybe not. We'll have to think about it. I think one note is good enough. Because one note means it's pretty easy for both hands. Where you'll have just enough time. Just enough. Just an octave. That's not too bad. I think, yeah, I think that's what. I think we're gonna have the left hand take over. Let me just try it from measure. forgot. No. Yeah, okay. This is the other thing, 5 against 6. If you have to take a little time at 29, it's not the end of the world. Parts will allow for it. Yeah, I agree. Moreover, you could argue it's a breath. You're taking a breath there. So right, suddenly, right, you're down here, right? The violin's doing then the piano comes in. Yeah, so you could argue, yeah, you could just take a little bit of a breather there, to be honest, and that might be the way to do it. The best way to do it, in fact. I think I'm still gonna do the passing to my left hand, so just gives it less of a hectic motion. Yeah, musical interpretation, exactly. This quintuplet doesn't have to be super exact either, I think, because you have, again, musical interpretation. Right. Just, you know, just take your time. As long as your left hand's even, right, your right hand can just literally do whatever it wants. Oops. Here is one, well, I'll need to practice the little trills in terms of keeping things even. I want to keep the left hand as even as possible. I don't think I wanted to have it like Sturm und Drang, like in the sense that it's very uneven. Like I don't want to do this, I don't think. Because that's not what it's asking. I think this is what it wants. I always find tremolos, especially when it's with chords, difficult, yeah. Pedal comes in to cover up your mistakes. They'll never know! But no, we can't do that. I mean, we could, but, you know, that's cheating. F7 chord. I have to work on that. and then you have E flat. Sorry. So we have da 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 da. Huh? E natural. Like this to F sharp. Ah yes, writ. There's a writ, right? Okay, sorry. So you have a writ there, and then blah, 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 and then you have blah, 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 blah. And then you have the very like, woo. What is this? Oh, sorry. Went too high. This is heck. This part. If you're playing it, I know it's this Temple 1 with Menamoso, right? So it shouldn't be that fast, but like people have interpreted it to go like I'm like, sir, I don't think it's supposed to be that fast. But maybe it is. Who knows? But this is annoying because there's no good fingering for this. Your fourth finger would cramp, exactly, right? And even if you use your fourth finger instead of the pinky and then the third finger on the D, that's also really bad. I suppose you could do 1, 2, 5 and then 3 on D. Not sure. It's just an awkward taco. I hate that even more. Yeah, I'm not sure. There's no good solution to this. You just kind of have to suffer with 1, 2, 5 to 4, I think. Awkward taco. This one's arguably worse. Although this one you could be like, oh, I can do 1, 2, 4 to 3. If your hand can stretch that far. Definitely will cramp my hand though, I think. So maybe I won't do that. I slightly like 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 3 more. Or this one? Or this one? Or both? For the smaller one. I don't actually know. I think for some reason to me 1, 2, 4 to 3 is harder for this one. I think the stretch from like this part, it's actually kind of hurts. But this is not easy. I think I might simplify this, to be honest. They don't have to know. This is just uncomfortable. Oh, wait! What if, big brain moment, what if I... Is it easier if I left hand? Not really. Thought I had a big brain moment there. I would probably simplify after practicing for a week. Yeah, I mean, we'll revisit this in later, but maybe let's not. I don't know how people do that part really quickly. Not that you should, in my opinion. Alright, this is G sharp, I should say. This is a French 6 chord. But instead of going to, it does go to, Also, I should say you guys are you're hearing something. It's very slightly different than what I'm hearing because what you guys hear is what the computer is producing out by me pressing the keys, whereas what I'm hearing is what this keyboard or this piano, I should say, is playing. Um, so there might be some subtle differences. But if I heard what I was doing with the audio you guys are hearing, I might interpret it a little different. Shirley says that's how I feel about Urknig. Never understand how the pianist's arms just don't drop dead after the first minute. It's yeah, I don't know. It's a struggle. But anyway, there's like 3 key things here. It's what I have on the screen right now. This transition, which honestly I think we kind of figured it out already. Right, I can just take my time there. The second thing would be musical interpretation. Exactly. I think what I'm gonna do for the left hand is I'll do 3 and 1. Be on the B flat, 1 on the white key. So it kind of matches that chromatic scale. Jumping to the next one's gonna be a little. I just think I just have to use the pedal to transition that, to be honest. Because otherwise, what am I gonna do? I guess I could do this. I think it's just best to lift. It's not the cleanest, but it's just pedal, to be honest. Parts right. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah. Only awkward part. Right. That's a shame to hear. But I guess again, pedal. Although this one's a little harder to pianissimo. Suppose you could slow down a little, maybe. Okay, so that's that part. Oh, Shirley. Cool thing I learned. Did you know when Chopin taught students piano, the first scale he started teaching them was B major? Actually, he thought that C major was the most difficult scale for a beginner. And the reason being is that the piano is kind of designed in a way that the black keys, right, are very comfortable for. Yes, I learned that a couple of months ago. Yeah, that the black keys are comfortable for the longer fingers. For your second, your middle, and your ring. So just kind of rest black keys. Well, your shorter fingers, your thumb and your pinky, for the white keys. Actually, totally makes sense ergonomically. Exactly right. So you kind of place, like I'm playing with my thumb B, and you have C sharp, the pair of black notes. Right, with your second and third finger, then the thumb tucks under. Right, this is actually Really, too bad it confuses people visually. This is true. But it's still such a nice feel to it, you know? So your thumb then tucks underneath to play the E. Then you have those 3 black notes that are grouped together with your index, third, fourth finger. Then your pinky. Very comfortable. It's just, then the advantages to doing this first to students is that they understand the proper hand shape. It doesn't work as well with really keys that have like really, because the black keys are just a little hard for them. I haven't had luck putting it in practice. I'll get visual. I've actually put it into practice this past week to my students. I mean, my students already knew like a bunch of the basic scales, right, C major and stuff like that. So like I kind of framed the question like, what do you think the easiest scale is? Right. I all said C major. One person said G major. I'm like, oh, okay, sure, you do you. But C major. Right now, and then I challenged them. And then when I had them play B major, they all said it was easy. So that was cool to see, actually. That was really cool to see. So not only does it promote good handshake, it also kind of develops the understanding of like where your thumb needs to fingers, the next note, right, without having to chicken wing your elbow up, right? The black keys are elevated more than the white keys, so therefore your second and third finger are elevated, more room for your thumb to go underneath. Whereas C major, right, everything's kind of cramped down there. It's a little harder. Cross under. The B major kind of is like a beginning step for that movement. And the third advantage to doing B major is that it allows students to kind of experience the black keys a little more, right? Not just the white keys, so that they get a piece that uses black keys. They don't have to be intimidated by them. A lot of my students are just, they avoid the black keys like the plague, right? Because that's kind of what we trained them to do. And kind of unfortunate, right? Did you know RCM doesn't teach B major until level 6? I was shocked. So yeah, that's a food for thought. Shirley says, I noticed to myself when I was prepping for RCM 10 that C arpeggios were actually one of the harder ones. Yeah. I'm really bad at arpeggios in general. I need to practice those. What would be an easy? Is B major easy? Kind of. Anyway. that was the cool thing. And I was reminded because of this tremolo. D augmented pattern. Yeah, right? Or is that D major? Either way. You're a B? No worries, Casey. How do you do tritone modulation again? You go from 565? Question mark? Anyway, Diog. My RCM 10 exam was weirder than I remember. Yeah, I don't think we had to do augmented purchase. So let's start. I think here, this area. I think if I were to practice this part, which I'm not gonna practice that much of, I think, it's for the most part, I have a good understanding. So I want to make these rolls as clean as I can to get that really what's the word I'm looking for, like a twinkling kind of sound to it. Right, especially these 7th chords. The triads are fun. A little harder to roll this to this to this to this. It's not too bad, but to pay closer attention to. By being lighter on the thumb for the 7th chord? You're right. So you want to emphasize that thing. Sounds tighter, yeah. So, size, top notes, top notes. I don't even know about this one. We're just gonna have to suffer. The worst part is that the violin's not doing that much here. It's just right. It's just pain. So it's very, very easy to see if the pianist is doing something wrong here. Right. I'm worried about this transition the most. And this part's just like, oh, I'm free. Don't need to emphasize that diminished 7th that loudly. This part I just need to know the notes a little better. I'm not worried. As long as the ED is happening, I guess, yeah, right? I don't know, we'll see. We will see. The other pieces. So we have two other pieces. Let me send them to you. Serenade here. Okay, so do we want to do Shostakovich or do we want to do? I don't know who Dankla is. That first. La Straniera or Romance. These are definitely easier than Sonatina in my. Please. Okay, so this one's not that. Right, 60 beats per minute. Just look at the clock, seconds, how fast that is. That. So the right hand. Which is not that bad. Just have to, the danger here is to not play this evenly. Right? So you really want to focus on keeping things. Although because it's Shostakovich, you have a little bit more rhythmic freedom, but just want to make sure you're following the violin. If I were to emphasize the part, I want to emphasize the top. But not so much that it's overbearing and that it's drowning out the vibe. For this one, right, what I like doing after the roll, of course, whenever you're playing the F, G, and the B again, I like using my thumb to play both the F and the G, and the B with the second finger. Yeah. So this part, not too bad. You have a diminished seventh going to a minor chord, then you have a dominant seventh going to minor, C7 going to D minor. Or whatever that the violin's doing. I don't know. Keep things as clean as possible. The violin does ba 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 ba. This part's a little weird. In terms of the rhythm, but that's because it's bouncing between the violin to the piano, right? So you have violin playing this, the piano does this, violin that does this, piano does this, then violin does this. It covers all those eighth notes. Or whatever. So. The piano will do this. So honestly, the things that I need to work on in this piece is, well, just like play it more because I haven't really been playing this one a lot because it's not that difficult. It's just if the things I need to brush up on is just to keep things nice and even, right? And also to remember to roll in the beginning of each measure. Some areas like this part. You get a little more comfortable with, and the rhythm at the end. 2, 4, 1, 2, sorry, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And so that part a little on, but honestly, I think it'll become even easier when the violin plays, because I'm hearing the violin, I know when to come. I'm not too worried about this piece. The other piece, so let me just erase these real quick. Not have had Casey analyzed section. Erase all these real quick. Actually, did I even? You know what? No, we're not gonna erase them. We're gonna show the world the analysis of just that section. We're going to start with this piece. 80 beats per minute. The speed. Ba 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 da da ba 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 ba. Okay, let's play this one. This is a theme and variation piece with an intro and a coda. Sharp, sorry. Piano. And then you get a very boring piano part, to be honest. So I'll try to sing the violin. Da, da, wait, I'm sorry. Da, 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 da. Whatever, I'm not singing the violin part. I can't at the same time. It'll be a good thing to practice for fun, but it's gonna play the piano part. Not too much left hand slash pedal at 17 its quarters. You're right. So, what's the violin doing here? So I don't know if I should have pedal here. Probably not. Not until I get back to the slurs. That makes sense. If it was slurred, then I would probably pedal. But because it's not, and there's a very clear indication that the rests, I think I'm not gonna include. Little pedal. Little pedal. Little pedal. Little. Anyway, variation one. So this part, definitely no pedal. Right. The violin part's doing this. Very, very cutesy. So you don't want to have the pedal to kind of overwhelm that. Oh, sorry. Here, maybe there might be some pedal, but maybe not. It's piano still. Light pedal? As long as I leave the rests free, that's what I'll do. Pedal here. Let go pedal here. Pedal again. Then sure. Back to okay, maybe not that, you know, emphatically, but here I want pedal, because here there's a sudden shift in the tone. Then no pedal here, because you want to hear this. Packed pedal. Here I need to work on. Alright. You. Okay. Pa, 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 pa. It's also just you, yeah. Okay. I like that part. It's like, yeah. It's like a very matter-of-fact section. Right? Very cool. And then variation 2. Back to this kind of hopping back and forth thing. Violin, what does violin do? Oh, harmonics, huh? I don't know what the notes are here then. Not sure. It's the orchestral interjection, exactly. Whatever. So again, very kind of playing with the harmonics, very light. So again, no pedal here. This is all about the violin. Here's where and page turn. Harmonic will probably be a fifth above, right? Also realize I am rushing, but we'll work on that. And then here, finally, the piano has the melody in the coda. Oops. I haven't practiced this piece that much. Yeah. I actually really like this piano part in the coda. Very fun. Dolce. Honestly, I don't really care what the left hand does here. I have to be perfectly honest. It's the right hand that has the spotlight here. So as long as the left hand plays those, you know, chord tones, it's fine. Doesn't matter what order. That's the thing about accompaniment, right? The fun thing about accompaniment, you can get away with taking these kind of little bit shortcuts or omitting some things, right? As long as the main idea is there, you're good. But you can't really get away with that if you're the solo pianist. Yeah, the spotlight isn't me! Woo! Sorry. Accompaniment. What was the term? The piano collaboration? What was the term used to like replace accompaniment again? Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Don't worry. Collaborator? I don't remember. Right, just to make the pianist feel a little more important. I mean, that's fair, but like collaborative pianist, exactly. But like honestly, I find that a lot of pieces, piano accompaniment, fine. Like accompanist, it's fine. Like those pieces, most of the time, you're not really the spotlight. Yes, sure, you have the melody now and again, but like, I don't know. The R important one is something like the Prokofiev flute sonata, where it's basically a flute piano. Yes, so in pieces where they're equally important, quote unquote, in the sense that they each kind of share the spotlight, then yes, right. Or it's better to be called a collaborative pianist in that case, right? But if you're just there to provide a foundation in terms of chords, right? The piano is really good at that. While the flute or whatever instrument, the violin is doing the melody, you are strictly accompaniment. Anyway, this is the end of the stream. We went a little bit over time, but I hope. Thank you, Shirley, for practicing. I was able to kind of. I think the term is to bring singers back down to earth. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I really do enjoy accompanying singers, though. That's also probably I have the most experience with that, right? Playing the piano for oh, one of my pages already ripped. GG. Okay. One of the I have the most experience accompanying for singers because of lyric diction and also class, and also because of accompanying for the choir, and also worship practice, stuff like that. So a lot of experience of playing with vocalists. So I'm excited to play with violinists because The only time I really did this played with a violinist was for a chamber ensemble, violin and flute, and that kind of. It was fun. I've been thinking of trying some music stuff. Yo, you should do it, Shirley. Like, I know it's not everybody's thing. Stuck around. um, albeit like mostly lurking, but it was fun. Lots of fun. I really do love piano. Hopefully, having like reignited passion, I guess, fire to learn more about piano and love new techniques and fun things. And maybe I'll be able to share that with not just my students, but also with you. Need to figure out streaming. Any device, just ask me. Not that I'm qualified. Well, until I work. Yeah. Yeah. But if you're not looking to be like box here with that, should be fairly. You have source? Good. All you really need. So if you want, right. Anyway, that's the end of the stream. What Box sent us in terms of sheet music? Maybe we'll play that as the as the postscripts. Box, I don't know if you're still here, but hey, if you are, then I'm gonna rush B. Oh, really? Anyway. Watching. Do manual Christ today because nothing happened. To be honest, so thank you to Box for the 45 bits, and thank you to moderator Dwibot, F in Spirit, K in Spirit. Thank you to those who tuned in. Guys, tomorrow we're going to be playing some Jackbox. So if you want to participate, join for that stream. Hopefully we'll have enough people, but alright. One thing I should say is that moving forward, so tomorrow we'll have a stream, but I think the following Saturdays afterward. Next Saturday I won't be free. Saturday after I won't be free. Not gonna be streaming, unfortunately. And the week after I have something else. So honestly, it might be time to not stop streaming on Saturday. If I have to be honest. I think I'm gonna have a new job. Crossed. Final stages with that. So, actually, no. I should still be able to. No, I don't want. No, I'm not gonna. Nothing on it. So after tomorrow, I think tomorrow is gonna be the last Saturday stream in that case. But we'll see. Please yell at me tomorrow. Okay. All right. I will yell at you tomorrow. But yeah, which means we're going to have a little bit of a schedule change. But yeah, I'm not going to be streaming as often, but I'll hopefully be able to stream as well. Hopefully. We'll see. Play it by ear. Alright. That's not Dwight Talks with Casey. No. Alright, where am I? Camera. Camera, where'd you go, camera? Hello, me again. I can. How do I do this? Metal chops is interesting. Yeah, I'm purple because of a filter. All right, don't even worry about it. Um, my room green. To do that, I have to. Anyway, regardless. I actually haven't played this piece before. That was a thing that it slowly get faster and faster. You know, this would be good practice exercise. Faster. How does this go? Oh, now you have octaves. This is actually a really good exercise. Very slow acceleration. I like how it adds more and more layers. Anyway, we'll just stop with there. Before I go slightly insane. Oh my word. Never ending lyrics. Yeah, basically. Wow, this is that part's hard. Anyway, good exercise. You know what, honestly I'll add this to practice routine. Anyway, we're gonna end it here. Sorry that you tuned in at the end. Bye. Oh, welcome back, Casey. I played what Box sent me. Postgres. Rushby thing. Actually, a really good. I will have to watch the VOD. Yeah, I mean, here's a little preview. That real quick. I know it's supposed to be ending, but hey, skip to this part. What? Ah! Ah! Stream is ending, yes. I just had to show Casey because I know she would appreciate it. Anyway, thank you. Bye.